What is Earl Hines, the father of the modern jazz piano, doing with Teresa Brewer? And what is Teresa Brewer, who had all of those big hits of the 1950s, Music, 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 Until I Waltz Again With You, what is she doing with Earl Hines? Well, the answer is they're making a lot of first-class music together. They're going to be making it for us here on the Today program this morning, as they're going to be playing some of the music of Fats Waller, among other things. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
We're going to step back for just a moment and let you play a little music, and then we're going to talk about how you got together and what the new sound of Earl Hines and Teresa Brewer really is. Okay? Great.
Every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. I don't blame them, goodness knows.
Not bad at all. How did Teresa Brewer and Earl Father Hines is not a combination a lot of us would have thought of just a few years ago. How in the world did you get together?
Well, it was on a blind date in 1902.
I see. And it worked out.
Yes. No, really. It was all my husband, Bob Thiel, who was interested in cutting a record with Father Hines. He said, how about doing some Fats Waller tunes with Teresa? And I guess Father said, did you say okay with me? Did you like it?
I don't remember the date, though, you know. I'm poor on dates.
But we just cut it, you know,
But
last
we had
week.
a ball recording, you know, because Fats was a very close personal friend of mine, and all these tunes make me reminisce a little bit, so I always did like it. And speaking about reminiscing, she's the young lady that does what I thought years ago that made songs popular, lives the song. She lives the song. That's why you see her singing so great with these type tunes.
Have you been listening to Teresa Brewer for a long time? Or?
Long time, long time. I've been listening long and she's been listening to me, see, because I'm younger than she is. I got that in.
A lot of people who were so much aware of Teresa Brewer when you kind of first exploded on the popular music scene in the 1950s would not think that this is how your career would go. There has been a real evolution in the music of Teresa Brewer. Or is this the real Teresa Brewer?
I think this is really me because in those days you got sort of stuck with an image. And when I did Music and Molasses and all those icky sticky songs, that's what they thought I sang, you know. And not true. I've been singing this kind of song for years, since I was about 5.
Well, why do you think there's been such a revival of Fats Waller music? I mean, Ain't Misbehaving is doing well on Broadway. I mean, doing well is an understatement. I mean, it's doing spectacularly well.
Well, I've always said that composers years ago, they tried to write songs that was pertaining to everyday life. And if you've noticed, all the songs that Fats had written, there are things that he actually did and actually experienced during the times that he was performing. And he would see something during the course of the night in a nightclub and go back and write a song about your feet's too big or something like that.
Yeah.
Who's that stomping upstairs and all that business. You know, these are things that just everyday life.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they last as long as they have, I think.
Teresa, a lot of people would say that the music of Fats Waller is a music that is rooted in blackness, however, that you've got to have a feeling for it. To really have the feeling for it is the black and soul music. But it really cuts across all lines, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, I enjoy singing the songs. I feel the songs. So, I really have an answer for that.
I think along with that, he was a great performer.
Yeah.
And his life was to make everybody happy. If you notice,
happy
he used
music,
to
right?
carry that derby, and he used to sit at the piano, and he had a lot of fun, and he could just create ideas that nobody expected, you know. And I remember, I don't know whether you remember this once, I mentioned this before, when I had some boys in the band was sitting in, you know, and one night Fats was sitting in for me. So this guy thought he'd make himself a great hit with Fats, and Fats looked over and said, "What key are you struggling in?"
Well, there's no struggle when Earl Hines and Teresa Brewer get together with Jay Leonard on bass and Grady Tate on the drums, and we're going to let you kind of play us out for the rest of this hour with a little more music.
Yeah.
The name of this one, I think, if I've got it all right, is Find Out What They Like. Is that it?
Yeah.
Earl?
It's an obscure tune.
Well, it's a nice tune. You want to try that one?
Once we find out what they like, we'll go ahead and play.
Okay.